Hey, good morning. This is Rick from Hiking Emergency Beacon, and I'm back out here in Colorado. And I am testing the 66i, the GPSMAP 66i. This is part of my training playlist, and it's the fourth in the playlist. And it's about the course creation. And there's two ways to do it, and I'm going to go run through both of those today. The one way is by direct path, the other one is by trail or route now, or road. But what I'm going to do today is 4 tests, and all the tests I've been doing so far has been as a standalone device, using everything on the 66i device, satellite communicator by itself. But the course creation is so powerful, and there's some conveniences of when you're using your smartphone. So I'm going to do 2 tests using the smartphone after we look at the device. But before we get into all that, please like, subscribe, share, and turn on notifications so you'll be alerted as soon as I put out new videos. All right, let's get right into it. So I've turned it on and it's ready to go. So we go down here first. Now, I will say, I've moved some things around, and because the 66i is so powerful, I have moved some things around on my menu, and I'm going to show you a few things real quick because the menu items won't be in the same place. But I want to tell you how to do that. So when you go out real quick, I'm going to go back out to map, and the first thing here is if you want to move your menu items around, then you go to the menu, you go to setup, and then you go find menus. Now menus was farther down, and I moved the menu up already. So under menus, then you can go to main menu, there's menu style, page, sequence, setup menu, and find menu. So under the setup menu, this is where I moved my menu item higher up. So I'm going to show you real quick. I'm going to hit menu, I'm going to hit enter. Well, it turns red. Now I'm going to move it down a few. And I hit enter again. I'm going to show you because I didn't take the screenshot. I'm going to move it down a few and hit enter. Then when I go back out, all of a sudden you'll see that the menu item here, the menus icon, is farther down. So just to show you that's how that works. It's pretty powerful because when there's so many things on the 66i that you actually want to make it more simple for you to use. So I'm going to go back here real quick and change that location back to where it was. All right, so there's that. Now let's actually get into the course creation. So we're going to go back out to the main menu, and we're going to go to course planner, not course creation. And under this here, what you want to do is you want to create course. Now it'll immediately come up and say direct path and roads and trails. So there's 2 options. Now the first one we're going to do is direct path. So you select direct path, and then it says select first point. And then there's different ways you can do it, but so I use map. But if you have, say, recent finds or waypoints, you can do that also. So I'm going to use map. And so out here, I've got the where the trail is already, but I want to go to a slightly different location. Now, one thing that's nice on this is, well, I always say when you're using your smartphone, that it's easier to switch between the topo maps versus or USGS maps or aerial. So like say right now there's a bunch of trees out here, and I want to go right over here, but there's a bunch of trees, but I know I can go around these trees, and when I use my smartphone I can see real easy to go around it. Now I don't know actually how to change the map here, and I'm going to look real quick, but if I can change it to see an aerial on the device, I'm going to back out of course creation, and I'm going to go to maps, and I'm going to go to maps under setup. Now, I had some issues yesterday. I had to reset my device, and I'll tell you about that in just a second. But under map, there's configure maps, orientation, track up, dashboard, guidance, advanced setup. So I'm going to see about configuring maps. So there's worldwide DEM base map, there's topo, active America, there's topo, well, there's two, well, there's North America and Central America. So there's the worldwide base maps. If I click on that, well, that turns it on or off. So they're on. And then there's topo active, North America. So that is also on. So I'd like to be able to show or to change that. So there's normal detail here and most detail. I'm going to go to most. Vehicle, default, small, zoom levels, text size. Okay, well, so since I'm doing a playlist, changing, if I can change maps and see an aerial on here, I will do that in a different video. So, because right now I'm on my 4th playlist, or the training, and so I don't see how to do it right now, but one of those trainings will be about that. Here comes the sun. It's going to get bright. That's why I have my sunglasses on. All right, so let's go back to create course or course planner. And so back, I'm going to go create course, direct route path, and select first point, use map. And now I'm going to, yeah, I see the area out here I want to go to. So it says use, so that puts 1 point down. So it says point 1, and then I want to go to point 2. So I've added another one. And now this is like, say, basically, this is if you are, direct path is if you're, say, bushwhacking, maybe you're following a buck that you're wanting to shoot, or a herd. This is what you would do. So now I'm going to go to another point. That's the 4th point. So I have 4 points down here now. Now I'm going to hit use, point added to course. So now what you do is you hit quit. And now these different things show up, like Dawson's Butte. Well, those are the waypoints I just put down. And I can hit review. So I'm going to review the course. And I can zoom out. I didn't see quite the whole thing, so I zoomed out. And I can see it better. Now I'm going to quit back out, and I'm going to go to done. All right, now once I hit done, then it shows up as course 001. Now if you've created more courses, then you'd have course 002 through 3 and all that. All right, so I'm going to click on that, and now it gives information on the course, 0.11 miles, and 4 points, minimum elevation, etc. But I can go to the map. Now then it says go. So I'm on the map. Now I want to also show you here, there's a profile elevation. So it's really handy, nice to have. But I'm going to go back to the map, and I'm going to hit go. So I made a mistake. So I want to show you guys here, how to do it correctly. So when you create points, one thing you always want to do is you want to put your first point down right where you're at. Because right now what it's showing is the course is over there. I don't know, 100 yards away or so, because that was my first point I put down. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to hit enter, I'm going to hit stop, and in this case, I'm going to delete it. All right, I'm going to clear it. It says clear, and now let's go back. Now it's also there, it says stop navigation. Okay, so we're going to stop navigation. So it should be cleared. I don't see it anymore. Now I want to go back to do this course again. So we're going to go course planner. The course 001 is still there. Now I can delete this easily on my smartphone or at home on my computer. But let's go and just create a new course. And we're going to do direct path again. Select first point, use map. And I'm going to put the very first point down right here where I'm at. Now I'm going to arrow over, and I'm going to put another point out here. It says point 2, and I'm going to put 3 or 4 points out here. Point added to course. Now this is where I quit, get back out, and now I'm going to go down to review, and now I can see the very first point is right where I'm at. I'm going to zoom out. All right, so that was preview or review. Now I'm going to go down to done, And now I have courses 001 and course 002. So the second one is the one I wanted because the first time I put the first point too far up. So I hit on that, it gives me course 002 information, and I have the map view, and then I have the profile view. Let's go back to map, and we're going to hit go. So it says stop, so I should be good to go. All right, I'm going to go ahead and track this out to that point, and I don't know if you can see it, but I will have screenshots up of all of it. And we are going to, when I turn, I can see it all here, because there's two ways to do your orientation, where north is always up, or your map is, your direction is always in, where you're pointing the device. And in this case here, I always want to see, for me personally, I want to see the direction I'm heading. So I like it when I turn when I point my antenna. See, it says off course right there. This is awesome. So where I point my antenna, then that's the direction I'm heading. That gave me an audible and a visual alert that I'm off course. I'm not off course really, but I haven't really started. But let's get going. Let's do a quick little hike here, and then we'll talk about it, and then we'll go to the next test, etc., etc. Hope you enjoy the day. It's beautiful out here. It's a great day here in Colorado. So let's go hike a little bit. I'll get right back with you. Okay, quick hike. Not a big deal. And you can see I'm off my course slightly, actually pretty close. But behind me was the blue cyan line that basically is tracking my location and how I'm moving according to the route or the course. All right, so this is the first test, just showing you how do you do this. Now I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to stop. It only took about 10 minutes. Now there's resume, delete, save. In this case, I want to save it. I want to save the activity. I want to do the very same thing, but I want to do it with my smartphone. I'll show you a few differences. All right, smartphone, see that? All right, so I've already double checked and it's connected, but if you want to know, you can go to settings. Once you click on Bluetooth, and on mine here, it shows that the 66i is connected. So always make sure you're good there. And then I'm going to click on the Explorer app, and there's my trail. So it already shows what I've currently done out here. There's course 1 and course 2. Now I want to create this new course, but in this case I want to do it with the aerial so I can see. There's some trees over there, and it's a place that I go and I do a lot of my videos, so it's kind of nice and quiet and away from everybody. But I can't see it on the topo map exactly how to get through there. Now there's a waypoint over there, but it doesn't show how to get through the trees. So I'm going to show you real quick. You click on the map settings at the top. There's 3 little kind of like squares on the left top. And then right now it's set on topo active. I want to go to the digital atlas of the Earth, I believe. So I want to go to, first I picked digital atlas of the Earth. That's not correct. I want to go to satellite with topo active. So now I've done that. And now there's an aerial here. Okay. So now I can zoom in a little bit, and then I can hit the plus icon at the top left. And now I can see the trees, and I can see what looks like a way through the trees. So I'm going to hit plus. Now here's where it says create waypoint, create course. I want to create course. Well, so anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start laying down waypoints. And these waypoints I'm going to lay down where the route I basically see to get through the trees. And so it's really easy here because I just click points. It's so simple to do. I click the points, and then here at top right it says save. And the nice thing about this is it says go, but I can click on the name. Right now it says February 19th. I can click on the name, and I can keep it February 19th, 2023, but I can add test, test 22, my favorite number. All right, so now it says test 22, and then I can hit go. So let's just do that. And then it says navigate, select to navigate on GPSMAP 66i. Well, so it'll stop the current navigation. So I guess I'm currently navigating. I forgot to stop the previous one. Just to let you know, when you hit enter, then it'll ask you if you want to stop. So I'm going to hit continue and enable tracking. See, this is one nice thing about this. When you do it this way on the phone, it automatically will ask you if you want to enable tracking. So I'm going to say yes. So now I should be able to point. There's a blue trail right there. And let's go follow this trail really fast. We'll get over there and we'll show you how it worked. Well, we just finished the second test. I've got a lot of screenshots for you. You're probably going to get tired of my screenshots. But it is a lot better than looking on the device. All right, so I've made it here. The course was slightly different. There's a couple ways through the trees here, and I picked a slightly different one than what I had set up, but you can see it all on my phone. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to stop tracking or stop this navigating by this route, and now we're going to do a second test, and that's navigating or creating the course and navigating by trails and roads. So let's stop this here. Okay, so one way to stop this on your smartphone is go to devices. Under devices, there's weather tracking SOS, and there's a check mark by tracking. So I'm clicking that tracking button. It says tracking in progress, and I'm going to hit the big red circle with a white X in it, a white square in it, and it says stop tracking, so I'm going to stop. Now it says ready to start tracking. All right, so first thing I'm going to do here, I'm going to change my maps back to the Topo Active. Yeah, I'm not sure why. You could keep it on whatever map you like. Now, I said I was going to do 4 tests, and 2 of them being with the smartphone. But I'm only going to do 3, because the next test, when I do the course creation by on the device, and by trails and roads, I'm just going to do that here with the 66i. You've already seen enough with the smartphone with the test by course with direct route, so you don't really need to see the course by path or trail or road with the smartphone. You've seen enough. All right, let's get to this here. Let's double check everything. Now, the first thing I want to do is I hit menu, make sure I'm not currently tracking anything, nothing's active. I'm going to go back to menu. And if you double click on the menu item here, it's a shortcut. It jumps right to the menu. And what I want to do is I want to go to recording controls. And I just want to look and see. Now, it is recording something, so I'm going to stop that. And then I also want to go down and check active route. And there's no current active route. Of course, I didn't create an active route, so it's the course. There's a difference between if you're navigating by course or route. Now I'm going to go back to Course Planner, and I'm going to hit Create Course, and I'm going to go to Roads and Trails, and then select first point. Now remember, sometimes I want to go select my point way out to where I'm going. That is not how you do that. Your first point has to be here. You are specifying your course where you start from. So let's go and use map. So it's going to show my location. Now I'm going to hit enter or hit use, point added to map. And then I'm going to arrow down to where this course, where I want to go on this course. And see, what's nice here is it now says point to, and it shows me going, because I'm not on a trail right now, so it shows me basically direct route to where I get to the course, and then it follows the trail real accurately. All right, so I'm going to hit use. Now I may now have 3 points, but it doesn't matter. And then I'm going to hit review real quick, and it's still showing 2 points. Okay, so I'm going to hit quit and go back to where I had the review at, and then I'm going to go down and hit done. So now there's a course 3. Now I'm going to hit on course 3, and again it gives me the information on the course. It shows it on the map, and then it shows the profile. But again, I'm going to go back to the map, and I'm going to hit go. Approaching video location. Okay, this is right here. This is where I do a lot of videos. So I have an icon, a waypoint, but you'll be able to see here that when I turn and I point towards the course where I'm going to go, then it shows a direct route through the trees here. Now, so the one thing when you're going by path, or trail or road, it's going to tell you to go direct route till you get to that point. Well, right now there's a bunch of trees, so I have to wind my way through there. But as soon as I hit that path or that trail, then it follows the trail. So let's go do the last hike, and then we'll wrap this thing up. Okay, we're not doing the whole course, but I did want to show you real quick, and I've got screenshots again. But it's got me back to the course, and it's following this, and it heads off that direction. But you've seen enough right now to know that it works really well. One, the course with direct path, and that's following waypoints you put down, and then the other one is by, I think, trails and roads. So I'm going to hit the enter button, which I just did. It says stop. I'm going to hit enter again, and then it gives me my information, and I'm going to in fact save this one. I can delete this stuff back home if I want. Now I have multiple courses out here that I've created today. Now I don't always want to keep those. So I want to give you some little insider information here. Yesterday I was out, or the day before, and I was having a lot of trouble with this direct path creating this course. And what was happening, and I had talked to Garmin about this, but what's happening, I would set some waypoints down off going through here, but and then this trail right here. What would happen when I hit go, it was going to the first waypoint, then it'd come back to the trail, then it'd go to the second waypoint, and back to the trail, and it was third, and just back and forth, back and forth. I'm like, that's messed up, it's wrong. So I talked to Garmin, and honestly, they didn't know the answer. And so then I went home, I cleared everything out, then I created a course in an area up in the mountains in the Rockies that I have never been to before. I have no trails up there, no routes, no courses, nothing. And I did the same thing. And then all of a sudden it was just back and forth, route or waypoint, trail or path, kept going back and forth. I was like, this is not right. So when I was talking to Garmin, one of the things we were looking at was reset. And I'm going to show you real quick here. If you go into settings under menu, and then you go to the setup. You have to go to setup here. And then you go to reset. Now when you go to reset, there are several things. You can reset trip data, delete all points, current activity, reset profile settings, reset all settings, and delete all. So what I did the first time after talking to Garmin, because I was telling them, I was like, the only thing that can be going on here to give me these erroneous points is that I've been out here so much tracking and creating things that it's confused. And the other thing is possibly that I set something up, I hit a setting that was making me, basically saying maybe it's go to the trail or go to the route whenever, or path or road whenever possible. So the first thing I did is I reset trip data and I cleared my current activity. That's what I did, but then it still gave me the errors when I was doing the test way up deep in the Rocky Mountains. So after that, I was like, I'm going to do a real negative review on Garmin if I can't fix this and figure it out. So then I thought, well, before I do a negative review, let me go down to reset all settings. So basically it resets everything back to the factory settings. You don't lose your waypoints. You don't lose any courses or routes you've created, but it just resets everything on the phone. So all the menu items, your profile settings, those things go back to normal, or to the factory settings. So I'm going to get back out of here, and we can just talk rather than me pointing at this thing anymore. That resetting back to the factory settings, resetting all, that cleared it. Whatever was going on, whatever I had done wrong, or a setting I had changed, now made it work. So when I did the direct path this morning, twice now, it followed the waypoints that I set down exactly. It didn't jump back and forth. So I just wanted to give you that heads up. If you see anything like that, number one, you could ask me a question. You can call Garmin, talk to them. And if they don't know, then I would say make sure that you then go back, consider resetting everything back to the factory settings, because that took care of the issue that I was having. All right, if you have any questions, comments, or things that you know how to do better, and leave a comment below, because if you guys know, a bunch of you we already talked quite a bit. I'll respond really fast, and it really helps me to learn how to operate these better. Then I can give you guys better advice when I do videos or write articles. All right, that's it. This video maybe went a little bit longer than expected, but this course creation is extremely powerful. I believe it's one of the newest things that Garmin has put into this device. It's awesome, and it's even easier and more convenient when you use your smartphone. But I want to show you today how you would do it as a standalone device, and then if you're using your smartphone, what you can see there. I have many more training videos coming up in this playlist. The next one is going to be about creating a route. Now, you can create a route on your computer at home under the Garmin Explorer website, or you can create a route here. So I may go ahead and do both. I'll probably show how creating a route at home works. I've done this in the past before. I'll put a link to that here. You'll see this up on the screen here, and then in the description below. Now, it's an older video, and I've changed a lot of things how I do videos now. I'll do an updated video of it and show you how I do things now with the routes and create them at home versus create them in the field. The 66i is extremely powerful. It's a great device, and I really like it. I'm starting to like it more and more as I test it and really understand the details about it. So I hope you've liked this video. Thanks for watching so far to the end, if you did. And again, leave a comment, like, subscribe, share, turn on notifications, and I will see you back out here in the next video.